Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Last episode, Maverick started exploring the Tarm Ruins, and he almost got to Dungeon 6, but he turned around because I wanted to come back to the village here and talk with Marty. This is the final choice with Marty. We can talk with him, and he's writing a song, and his mother just said about our heroic deeds. And he asked us which is more important, courage or love. And depending on which one we choose, will determine the way the song sounds, the rhythm or beat of the song. So I will show off both of them. Like I said, after you defeat a dungeon, after you choose the song that you want him to sing, he'll compose that song. So after we beat Dungeon 6, we'll check out what both of the songs sound like. So between the episodes, I also did all that Gasha seed farming, bought out the rest of the Gasha seeds at the shop, so now he does that little mini treasure game, got all the rings, so still a few Gasha seeds to plant, because like I said, I went to Syrup's place and got 3 more Gasha seeds, because I was just running low. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get the ring that I needed, but the second to last ring that I had appraised turned out to be the level 2 Rang ring that I needed. Speaking of level 2 Rang, that's the item that we'll be getting in this upcoming dungeon. Well, let's plant one of those Gasha seeds that we got. And head on up here. We didn't go this way earlier. We have to change the season to winter. That creates this snow mound to get up to this area. And we're going to hop back down to that stump. But before we do that, we want to push this one almost statue out of the way. And now we can turn it back to spring. The flower will launch us up, and those spring flowers will bloom. So we can cut them down and get to level 6 over to the left. First, I want to head over this way here. No reason to do this. This is another one of those door repairmen. So he's going to take all our money. And I think he takes 150. But luckily it's not like Kid Icarus where you can go into debt. Where now any rubies that we get will go to him. Like they do in the shop. The Black Market in Kid Icarus. I have that playthrough on this channel as well if you want to check that out. But yeah, he just takes all the money down to 0. And here we are in the Ancient Ruins. I'm going to put on the green ring. I have the blue ring that doubles your defense. That'll be good for the boss. The boss is going to be Manhandla, which was the boss in level 3. And he was like a mini boss in a lot of other dungeons in the first Legend of Zelda. He was that plant monster that had 4 heads. You can kind of defeat him with 1 bomb if you placed it right. But every time you knocked off one of his heads, he became a little bit faster. So he's going to be very similar. In a sense, he's going to have 4 heads. Each time he loses a head, he moves a little faster. But in addition to his 4 heads, he's also going to have a body that we'll have to defeat, and the heads won't be damaged by bombs, but by the magic boomerang. Speaking of bombs, I'm going to set a bomb down here. That'll open up this little treasure room here. Get some rupees. Not that we need to buy anything more in the game. We have all the rings we need, and well, I guess we need money to have faster appraise some rings that we'll find. I have so many hearts in the blue ring, potions shouldn't be a problem. When I went and got those Gasha seeds at Syrup's place, Syrup also, once you get the bomb chews, those mouse bombs, she will also sell them for 100 rubies. But they're not all that useful. I haven't showed them off once. I haven't used them at all really. So we got this little magnetic glove rocks feather puzzle. Down here. There's long as we have the magnetic gloves attached to the ball, it won't fall into the pits. So we can push across the pit there, and we can push across this pit over here. Pull away from the wall a little bit. There we go. Just keep holding it until you get to the other end. Pull onto the button, and we get a key. And we're going to basically use this key to basically, to an extent, like get rid of this spinner puzzle. It's really, really annoying. Push the block. Use our magneticals to pull this sphere down onto the button. And now we have a way to kind of move around and approach the spinner block from two different sides, so we can manipulate it to how we want it to go. So we want it to get up, take us to the north there. Just come back, alter the way it rotates. Now we can just turn around this way again. And we'll do something similar when we get back to the other side. That first room to the right where we entered when we first kind of came in the dungeon, there was a key in that room with snakes. So we're going to go up to this area here to get a key, and then we'll travel back down. So it's a little gimmick. There's quite a few things where you have to do different, solve different little mini puzzles in a room to make staircases appear. So this is the ancient ruins, but it's really like a tower. It's neat because the actual, the final room in the tower is actually the tile in the wall map. So I guess it's a little bit like Dungeon 8 in Link's Awakening. In that dungeon, you had to leave the dungeon, and then it took you to the top two tiles in the world map, and you found another entrance back into the dungeon. So if you didn't know it, there was if you see a pit that isn't black, it's like shaded gray. Pits like that, when you fall in them, they'll take you down to the floor below. So there's a little like teaching tool right there that we just saw in that room. And usually it's just a minor quick shortcut. So we had to turn the wheel blue there. And now we have that one key. We can go back to that snake room. Another one of these spinner puzzles that kind of make this room a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Now we can head north with this key. A nice, annoying room with a bunch of moving platforms and stuff. Head up to the corner here, and I got to get all my seeds. I'm gonna need my Pegasus seeds to make this jump. Grab the compass, and then we can just do a quick jump in the pit. Doesn't take too much life off of us. Get back to the beginning. Now we want to head over to the... Now you don't need the Pegasus seeds to do what I'm about to do. Probably easier without the Pegasus seeds than to use the rock feather. There will be a puzzle later on though that you do need the Pegasus seeds to complete. So yeah, hit this button, and then everything starts falling down. See the floor start collapsing, but unfortunately I lost control there as I was running, and I fell in the pit. So yeah, actually, see I paused here a little bit to maneuver. Yeah, you don't need the Pegasus seeds, like I say, you can probably just maneuver. You can maneuver just as slow. It's a little tight, but it is possible. More mummies! And bombs! Another room here to bomb. The only indication that you had that one room to bomb to get all those rupees would be the map would basically, you know, it's symmetrical. So basically that room is just there to make the map symmetrical. So those almost statues, we can only defeat them with bombs, the bomb shoes, or, since we're doing a linked game, we can hit them with the bigger on sword. I just go into the room below, reset them, and mosey on past. Uh-oh. Jump these guys. Yep. Hit the wrong button. And one fell in the pit. Right. So we got this little tile here. That's a little clue that we're gonna have to push this trampoline over. If you take the trampoline right there and jump up, it takes us to the same room that we're going in, but we'll end up in a section surrounded by blocks. Yeah, we'd end up in that section over there. I'll show off this. You see it's entirely blocked off by blocks. So basically tell you, hey, I gotta go back and push the trampoline. Here's, I guess, another teaching moment coming up. They lock you in a room with a whole bunch of almoses, and if you're not doing a linked game, you wouldn't have the bigger on sword. And basically telling you that, well, we just gave you this item, and these enemies that you couldn't defeat earlier, well now look, try the new item we just gave you. And well, lo and behold, it works. That level 2 boomerang ring that I picked up, that basically doubles the power of your magic boomerang. So you take those guys out with one shot. Okay, you see how the floor is like a little grayed out there? That means, you know, it takes us back down to the first floor here. I could have got this map earlier, the first time I came into this room, but then I have to just do a slight backtrack, so here we go, pick up the map right now. And just like a tower, it has a very wide base, and then it gets narrower as it reaches the top. Grab some rupees. We have to put this magic boomerang to use coming up soon in a different way. The description of the magic boomerang said, like, basically when you throw it, you can move it with the direction pad. When you throw the magic boomerang, Maverick stays still, and that allows you to maneuver the boomerang, so you can make it twist around, go around obstacles, and hit switches. So we can go south there, that's probably the better way to go, but I want to clear out all the rooms here. So I'm just going to go in this room just to fill out map completion. A bunch of snakes fall down. There's going to be another puzzle like this later on where you have to step on the correct switches or else snakes fall down. I guess that could be a throwback to A Link to the Past. When you first rescue Zelda, Princess Zelda, when you're in the sanctuary, the first time you learn about how to pull switches, he's like, pull the switch to open the door. And if you go to the right switch, the correct one, what I mean by that, it's actually the switch on the left of the side, but it's the right switch in terms of the one you have to pull, so it'll tell you how to pull a switch. But if you go to the wrong one, it doesn't say anything. That's kind of your clue, like which one's the right one. But if you pull the wrong one, then a whole bunch of snakes fall down on you. But at the beginning of the game, like, snakes are usually a good source of rupees. And right after you rescue Zelda, you go to Kuriko Village. There's a lot of good stuff to buy there, so the extra rupees don't hurt. So we put spheres on switches to make stairs appear. Now we need to light a bunch of torches and stairs will appear. And here we have the puzzle that I mentioned earlier that we need to have the Pegasus seeds for. So the game is nice and gives you some Pegasus seeds right there. So we're going to get Pegasus seeds and a rock feather. As soon as we touch that rupee, things start collapsing. So it's almost like Indiana Jones when he took that idle, and then the rock came after him to squish him. Well, this time we take the rupees and the walls come to squish us. Luckily, the walls reset when we leave the room, so when we come back in, there's a staircase there that we didn't see earlier because the walls are squishing. There's stout approaches here with swords. Just always approach them from above. They can't block your sword swing with their swords. Take out some more snakes. And hop down here. Just be very careful around here because you don't want to fall down. If you fall down now, you basically have to deal with all that backtracking and do that puzzle again with getting the rupees. So just take your time. Hop on the trampoline. Now we're going to face the mini boss here. Fire. He's surprised. Oh, no way, there's no way you could ever find my... whatever. You got brains, but how about Brawn? And he's referring back to that puzzle. Remember, he took the one jewel, I think it was a pyramid jewel, and he hit it from the normal thing, and he's like, unless you can't, you'll never get it up on this higher ledge. You have to be able to swim. But, not too bad. You just basically have to stand around and wait for him to charge you. And then when he charges you, then you can hit him. Because he charges you so infrequently, you can pretty much have a sword, energy stored in your sword, so you can do one of those spin attacks that deal more damage. With level 3 sword, the blue-green ring, 2 hits and he's done, and then he splits into 2 smaller bats, which is, I guess, a throwback, I guess, to the original Legend of Zelda. The original Legend of Zelda, buyers were those enemies, and keys were the small bats. And if you attacked a Vire with anything but the Master Sword or a bomb, if you hit it with like your level 2 sword, the white sword, or the wooden sword, or hit it with a candle, the Vire would split into 2 pieces. So just like that, Vire split into 2 smaller bats. Puzzle here that we could use the magic boomerang. I'm just gonna hit stuff with my sword. We're gonna get so many puzzles later on. Well, I can't say so many, but there's gonna be a few puzzles in the Hero's Cave that require you to hit out of the way switches with the magic boomerang. It can be quite annoying. So if you jump on that trampoline where you put it onto those pink squares, you basically end up in this room where you're kind of stuck. But it basically shows you that, hey, I should need to push it over a little bit to the side, so it gives you an indication of where you need to push the trampoline. And hitting that crystal ball makes the staircase appear. Now just to push this block out of the way. And then we can go to fight the boss man. He was always a scary little monster when I was a kid. He's like these 4 heads that were trying to eat you. Made me think of like an antlion, because I grew up in Pennsylvania. There was like these a lot of coal hills, and the way that they kind of dug in, they kind of dug like an oval around. The scooper would dig down as far as it can go, and then it would kind of make like upside down cone basically, and so you get these like holes that had different layers to them. And I always used to like think that like when I walk in this coal house, the bottom layer was like a manhandler, like. So here's a level 2 shield comes in handy. You can just stick it out in front of you, and his fireballs won't hurt you. The big problem is these currents that are basically pulling you around. As you can see, he moves a lot faster, he opens his mouth less frequently as he takes damage. Just take out one side, and once he gets down really low, you can kind of almost tank some hits. just stay close to him. Now he becomes this like big thingamabopper that like one of those slimes. At this point, you can take off the blue ring and put back on the green ring. Hit him a few times with the magic boomerang, and then he exposes his weak point. Like radius, destroy the core, and then you can hit it with your sword. I used the blue ring there because the first phase of Manhattan there, you can't damage him with your sword, so why not just put a defensive ring on to lower the damage that you take? So if you had like the level 3 armor ring, that would be even better than the level 2 ring, the blue ring. And now we got the 6th essence. Hey Maverick, the blowing wind reaches me too. Legend of a cemetery west of Huron Village. Could an essence lie there? To get there, find a way across the sea. Sea? Pirates? Well, now that we completed ancient ruins, maybe that pirate captain will help us out, because we should be a seasoned adventurer. So let's see if he'll help us out in our next episode. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Take care. Bye.